Hi, my name is Brian Crandall. I'm with Seeq, and I'd first like to thank BakerBots for hosting and Chevron Technology Ventures for sponsoring us. I am from Seeq, an analytics engineer, and I am going to be talking about how we enable advanced analytics for process manufacturing data. So first, the opportunity. Here's some data. It's data used in process manufacturing, and it is used to make things like barrels of oil, bags of cement, and pharmaceuticals. And it's really valuable because it can do things like do prediction to prevent next week's outage that'll cost millions of dollars. It can help you optimize your raw materials, saving millions of dollars. And it can help you improve your quality and yield to generate millions of dollars of more revenue. Unfortunately, this data is underutilized, and a lot of those advantages aren't taken care of because getting the insight is too hard. Companies say that they're data rich but information poor. And why is that? Well, let's take a closer look. Manufacturing process equipment like pumps, valves, and vessels are equipped with these sensors, and there's thousands of these sensors across the plant. And they're streaming in real-time data all the time. And then on top of that, you have financial data, you have laboratory results. And as an industry, we're really good at capturing that data in the middle, like centralizing it. But then we ask our engineers our subject matter experts, the engineers, analysts, and operators, to look at that data and get that insight. And the first thing that she does with it is imbue something to it, which is very important, and that is expertise from her mind. She'll look at it, she knows what the KPIs that need to be done, she knows the aggregated trends that are needed to tell the story. But the first thing she does is export it to Excel to try and wrangle it, and that's where things start falling apart. The data keeps coming in, these time ranges extend out, and these spreadsheets, and some of you have seen them, become these huge, large monoliths, and they can become unworkable. And so volume, velocity, and variety are challenges in big data as a whole, and they're embodied in this time series data. And that's where we come into play. So there's good news, there's a better way. No matter how you roll up the data from the factory, from the field, from the data center, Seeq provides an analytics application for the subject matter expert to put her insight into that data and then collaborate on it and share that decision-making process fast from the shop floor to the top floor. This is the Seeq architecture. So at the bottom are all of those time series databases and the various vendors that provide them. And then at the top are some screenshots of the Seeq analytics application. And then in the middle is the Seeq server, which we deploy on the cloud, on-premise, or as Seeq's software as a service offering. So the industrial Internet of Things is happening, and let's take a look and watch this application in motion. Demo tab. Okay, so to get into Seeq, you get in via any modern web browser. So, and then when you get into Seeq, you can look at the connected bits of data there, the databases out there. And there's two things you can do in Seeq. You can create an analysis using Workbench or a topic using Organizer. And typically you start with the analysis because that's where you're going to look for a problem, maybe something went bump in the night, or you are trying to optimize the process. So when you get in, the user will search for keywords and wildcards, and they'll go in and they'll very Google-like, right, kind of search for things. Or they can navigate down their asset hierarchy if it's built out, and they click on a signal, they can add it, they can look at the samples of the signal, they can add as many signals as they want, they can go to scatter plots, look for clusters and anomalies. And the Seeq's modern software controls enable this really nice trending experience. And trending is good, but the fun really begins when you start using the Tools tab, which we have here. So we have lots of tools. We have statistical calculation tools. We have tools that do searching and data. And we'll see a smattering of those as we look and go over this example, which is doing a predictive analytics forecast for maintenance on a compressor. So to help tell this story, I'll use this thing on the left, which is called Journal. This is where the subject matter expert can type in some text and create a little link to it. And it's like a bookmark to capture those aha moments. That's like labeling your data right there. So the first thing that we'll do is click on that first link I had, and we'll add the signal to the trend. This is the compressor power signal. And as a reliability engineer, I know that over time, the average power usage is going to increase and waste energy due to filter plugging. So what I want to do is do a predictive failure before it hits that threshold. So I want to find out the average power per day. But in order to do that, I need to create this concept of days. And we do that at the very top there. You can see it. Those little blue bars, those are called capsules in Seeq. And they're very important to what we do. They are our secret sauce, or salsa. We're in Austin. We do salsa or sauce. And they are the muscle behind the analytics. So in this case, they bucket those time buckets of days. And then I can use it to calculate my average compressor power per day. So let's do that. And what I don't like about this signal here is you see those dropouts there. It's kind of like when it kind of goes to zero sharply. Right there and right there. Those are, the compressor's not even running during that time. I want to get rid of that data because, again, my intuition's telling me this should increase. So what I'll do instead is add another set of capsules to that. I can define capsules however I want. These are defined by the compressor actually running. So there it is, and I can use this to filter out the signals and get rid of all those time periods I don't care about. So here, my compressor is running, and I can see that in chain view. I can go to this capsule overlay to look at how these things behave in relative time to each other. Things that are a few clicks here, but they take hours and days in spreadsheets. So then I can go and do that calculation that I want, and look at that. It looks good. It has that trajectory. So let me put a line on it and forecast it right there. So I just created a forecast for that compressor power. And I did that using a prediction tool that we have. It's a regression algorithm. Here's our exemplifies how machine learning is just there. We're just using it. And then I can throw on the maintenance threshold there. And I can see when I need to do maintenance right there. So now let's roll up into some KPI kind of approach. I can look for visual indicators. I can look for boundaries, when this asset's going to have an excursion, when it stopped behaving properly. And this is a really nice key performance indicator type view. In addition, I can do more than one asset. I can go to multiple assets. These companies have thousands and tens of thousands of assets. So I could say, okay, Seeq, go find when something is going wrong across all my assets and color them red for me. I can look for my bad actors in that kind of arrangement. So great, so I have all this content built up. Now what I want to do is collaborate on it with a wider team. And organizer topics, the other thing, is perfect for this. So I can put a title on it. I can drop all my content there. I can drop content from different workbooks, from different users. And I can give it names. I can type in all that contextual information I want. And I can also change the timeline on it to be more of a dashboard approach. So this thing will update in real time. It looks good on mobile devices. And then I can also create a PDF document, so I can send this to people before the meeting. And they can look at it, peruse it, and if someone has a question, rather than grab another expert or pull more data, you can just click on the picture. It opens up that interactive view-only window into Seeq. With the journal available, everything's right there. And this is how we are disrupting the analytics space and getting value for our customers so they can have those million-dollar aha moments. We do it with visualization, with analytics, with machine learning, but the most important asset, they're people. Thank you.